duty calls, the LAPD responds.
Let's be careful out there.
Working as a team to protect and to serve.
Whoever's got a gun, leave us alone! Why don't you just let her go? We have a critical missing.
I lost my puppy.
To fight crime and to keep our streets safe.
Hi everyone, welcome to Inside the LAPD. I'm Mary Grady, Public Information Director for the Los Angeles Police Department. A high school freshman football game is probably the last place you would expect to find LAPD officers, but in reality, here at West Ranch High School and in Santa Clarita Valley, it's actually quite normal. And that's because 4 LAPD officers are football coaches here. For these young men, they act as not only coaches, but also leaders and mentors.
He wants an order sooner. Move! Set, go!
Pull up.
Twins right, black 21.
Twins right, black 21 on 1. Hey, gun. Let's go, Joe. See if we get
White splits.
Set, go!
Joining me now is Sergeant Andy Markell, or should I say Coach Markell, with the LAPD. You're here at West Ranch High School, and you actually have a football shirt on with the logo. I take it that means you're involved in this.
Yes. This is my 4th year coaching here at West Ranch High School. I started with the senior class. It's a new high school. It's only been in existence for 4 years. And so it started with the freshman class. We coached freshman football and then JV football, and the last 2 years varsity. The staff here has been great. I got involved, myself and Sergeant Nick Tederiga, who's also with the LAPD, started as freshman along with Officer John McCarthy, who's now since retired. Still lives in the community but doesn't coach football anymore. So it's been a great effort with the kids. I love coaching kids. Hey Jordan!
How am I calling it, Dave?
You were kind of like the primary on that. You can run it.
You didn't see Tyler Burrow?
No,
You didn't see it like this?
My job at the academy is teaching use of force at the Davis Training Facility. Sit right down, because your head's too high. Sit down. Sit on your butt. On your butt. Okay. So teaching is kind of my lifelong ambition, and I've been doing it. And even though I don't teach here at the school, the kids have responded great to me, and I get to pass on a little bit of character and character traits, and it's a great recruiting background for future LAPD cops, I hope.
With them here, it does, like, they always put it in the back of your mind, like, you know, if you want to, you know all of us, we can get you in. And it's just like, hey, you know, these guys, they're good guys, you know, I'm thinking about it.
All right, listen up. Wide split, slip screen. Jordan, Gabe, line up outside that guard, okay? Not so tight. Got it?
Now, how do you implement some of the core values of the LAPD into what you're doing here? Because if you think about our core values, a lot of it fits with coaching, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And there are sayings that I say around the players that they're born and bred in me, the LAPD. There's one I say, the best playing football is the next play. So it goes kind of through quality, through continuous improvement. We're always striving to do things better. Not everything is going to be perfect every play, just like not everything's perfect on every radio call that we respond to as police officers. So we try to evaluate it and learn from it. In film session on Saturday mornings is like a debrief of an incident as a field officer. So there are a lot of analogies in football and police work. And of course the most important one, integrity and all we say and do. We try to stress upon the kids to be honest, be candid, and that follows you way beyond the field of football and into life. And it seems to work out pretty good for them.
Okay, so really, what do the kids think about having a cop as a coach?
Well, you know, when I first started coaching, we wondered about that. The head coach here, Mike Kane, has just been totally supportive. He is an ex-NFL Europe running back. Loves the police. One of his favorite shows is Cold Case, the A&E, the real Cold Case. So he's just been very supportive, and he's very happy to have law enforcement on his staff. And it's been great. The kids seem to respond well to us. There's been no issues. There's a lot of jokes that went around. Hey, Coach, you gonna arrest me today? That kind of stuff. But it's been in good heart, fun, and you know, I like to think that they respect us and that we serve as role models for them, and they get that outside influence, that not just from their teachers and their coaches, but also from their coaches on the football field.
So they're learning some leadership skills as well from you.
Well, we hope, and my job here is to coach the quarterbacks. Yeah, 918. Give me a 0 on the backside.
918. I want ready.
Wide splits.
Okay, going for 918.
Set it up red, Gabe. And of course, the quarterback is the lead person as far as leadership is concerned in the huddle and on the field. And here, our quarterback is a junior, so he's young, and he's forced to take that lead role amongst players that have been here longer than him.
Things he's teaching me now, I know I'll use for the rest of my life. And it's not just football, it's not just high school, it's life values that you will use later on, and whether it's getting into conflict with someone or anything.
The other kids tend to look up to him. It doesn't hurt that he's a big kid and he's got a good arm and he can play football. So, but yeah, we hope that the leadership rubs off on the players.
Do you think this is something that is a good example for other departments to kind of follow? It's a way of giving back, yes, but to have so many law enforcement officers at one school teaching football or coaching football is kind of unusual.
Yeah, I do think it's very unusual to have so many coaches at one specific school, 4 to be exact here at West Ranch. But there are a lot of officers on the department that coach high school football, basketball, softball, baseball. There's so many. The one common denominator is that we put a lot of work into the youth. And we know that that's the future of not only our department, our communities, but our nation. So the youth have a very soft spot for the LAPD and the individual officers. So I think that's why we're here, and we want to get involved, and we get the fortunate ability to pick the sport that we love. And so it's been a great time. Enjoy it and look forward to it in the future, and have a minimum of 6 more years to do with the LAPD, and it has been nothing but a great career, and I wouldn't give it up for anything. I wouldn't change anything I've done so far. I'm not in play.
Clear. Continue to search. Continue to search. That location's clear. Continue to search.
Suspect, I see you. Put your hands above the counter. Can you see him, partner?
Yes, I got him.
Okay, take him up.
Slowly, stand up, facing away from me. Put your hand on top of your head. Side step to your left. Stop.
Our secondary officer here that was covering, she's on her toe. Okay. This way, it's not a shooting stance. Okay. She should have been flat. Knees flex a little bit. And the guy on the bottom, Ren on the bottom, did a good job. He wasn't moving. He'd just stick his mirror up. He wasn't moving the mirror at all. Right. Instead of cantering some, he was wasting a lot of time. Right. And then the other one, she went from here, covering this. And when he started to search there, we already had an officer on that. She switched. We had no eyes here. Correct. Okay, and that's the last one. Draw out your weapon. Face that door. Show me your shooting stance. Okay. So why did you change it when you were in here? What were you doing when you were here? How was your feet? No, I'll get up on your toe. Why were you up on your toe?
I was ready to see where I came outside of the cat.
So what do we got to do? Adjust, right?
Adjust, sir.
Okay, good. And that next thing, you were covering this threat?
Initially, sir, yes.
When Ren was clearing the counter, you were covering that threat?
Yes, sir.
Why did you go from there to there when Holland was already covering that? Did you know he was covering it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's when I switched over.
Did you know Holland was covering this corner? You go ahead and holster.
Remember the second time?
Yeah, after Ren had cleared this with his mirror, you were covering this area right here, right?
Yes, sir.
Holland? Yes, sir. Were you covering